Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be doing some T-bones and porterhouses. Now, I'm getting these from Save-A-Lot, and I like Save-A-Lot because they do cut their meat in-house, but it is a little bit of a cheaper cut of meat. So if you like your steak medium to medium rare, it's a little bit harder to get those steaks extremely tender like you would with a choice or a prime piece of meat. But I'm going to show you how I get these steaks nice and tender and delicious. You guys stay tuned. Now, as you saw, these steaks are on sale for only $3.99 a pound. Excellent deal, but again, like I said, they're a little cheaper cut. They're not a choice or a prime grade, so they're not as tender and they don't have as much marbling as those other steaks would have. But I'm going to show you what I use to get them that way. I like using these McCormick Grill Mates marinades. They provide a nice flavor to your steaks, but they also help with breaking the meat down. Now, if you don't have these packets, you could use your home marinade with like a little bit of vinegar, water, some seasonings, garlic and onion of that nature. But these are cheap, and like I said, they taste really good. All right, guys, so I've got my liquids in my cup here already. Each pack calls for a quarter cup of oil, a quarter cup of water, and a tablespoon of red wine vinegar. So we just doubled that, and I've already added those to my measuring cup here. You can also see these steaks, you've got them washing in a bag, but two of these are really porterhouses. You can see how thick that fillet part is. If you can put your fingers together like that and cover up that fillet, that lets you know whether or not they consider it a porterhouse or just a regular T-bone. Two of these are definitely porterhouses, and then this one back here is more of just a regular T-bone. You can see how big this fillet is on this one as well, huge. So they're great value. Again, they're just not super tender because they are select grade as opposed to choice or prime. So they do need a little bit of help. You know, these type of steaks to me are good if you want to try to just braise them or make steak and gravy. You know, it's better than your traditional top round steak or bottom round steak or chuck steak, but it's not quite as good when you're grilling your prime or your choice T-bones or ribeyes or sirloin, whatever the case may be. But all we're going to do now is put our packets in, mix it up real good, and I'm going to allow this to marinate for about an hour and a half. It doesn't call for you to have to marinate quite that long, but the way I look at it, the better. We don't have a ton of vinegar in here, so it's not like it's going to begin to cook our steak or anything like that, but it will help break down this meat a little bit to make it more tender. We're just gonna go into our bag. Try to make sure you get all the stuff in there. And I just wanna kind of go around and make sure that everything gets coated really well. And I will be putting this in a bowl or something like that to ensure we have no leakage. So now I just want to get all the air out of it. And then we're going to go ahead and put this in the fridge and let it sit up for about an hour to an hour and a half. All right, guys, now it's time to put these bad boys on the grill. And I'm also going to be seasoning with some of this Weber carne asada seasoning to add a little bit of extra pop and flavor to them. The marinade is good, but it could, you know, it's always good to have a little bit extra oomph. And this carne asada seasoning is not very salty, so it'll do the trick to add some extra flavor to our steaks. I got my grill set up. We're just going to be running it nice and hot. Coals are nice and hot. We're not going to be worrying about trying to smoke them off or anything. This is a high heat, and I'm going for a medium steak, so a nice warm center is what we're shooting for. So I'm just going to add my steaks to my grill, and then we're going to go ahead on and season them pretty liberally with our Weber carne asada seasoning. If you don't have that, you can go ahead on and just add any type of regular seasoning that you want. Just make sure that you don't add a ton of salt to it. You don't want to over salt your steaks. Again, we're cooking these nice and hot. The surface area of my grill right now is probably running about 400 to 450 degrees. So it's, like I said, a nice high heat cook that we're going for. Just get a nice little drive-by, let you see what we got going on. Smelling amazing already. It's gonna be good. All right, guys, so I've had my steaks going now for about 7 minutes, 7 to 8 minutes on one side here. I'm just gonna go ahead and flip them over. I'm not worried about getting the cross hatches or anything like that, the cross marks. I'm just cooking the steak so we can eat and have a good dinner. They're cooking up nice and well though. They smell amazing. And again, we're shooting for a nice 145 degrees, 140 to 145 for a nice medium. Again, let's get a look at that color there. Everything is cooking up nice and well. All right, guys, so our steaks have been cooking another 4 minutes or so. Here's a little trick you can determine what temperature the steak is. If you do this, you're looking at rare, medium, medium well, and well. You touch your steak kind of to the same feel as your hand, and I'll let you know what temp you got there. All right, guys, now it's time to pull these bad boys off. Total cook time was about 12 minutes, 7 on one, 5 on the other. Cooked to a perfect medium is what I'm looking for, which would be about 140 to 145 degrees. If you don't like your steaks cooked quite like that, you can go a little less or you can go a little more. Again, though, remember, these are not prime or choice steaks, so they will be a little tougher the more you cook them. Unless you're cooking them in a pan and maybe braising them or something like that. These steaks are really good for that, or if you cook them off in the oven. But if you're grilling them, they're not quite as tender, again, like I said, as your other steaks. All right, guys, and here's our finished results. 12 minutes. And this is a porterhouse. Again, they label them all as T-bones, but this is definitely a porterhouse. And it cooks really well. That marinade really works at helping breaking down the meat and getting them tender. You can see how it just cut like butter. Now this is the filet side. Nice and juicy. Now again, when you do marinate your steaks, it may affect the color a little bit, but you can see how it has a nice warm pink center on the inside of this filet. Still nice and juicy there. And now we're gonna cut the New York strip side. Let you see what that's looking like on the inside as well. Again, cuts like butter. Nice little char on it. And open this bad boy up and let you see it. You know, I don't know if you all have a Save-A-Lot near you guys, but I highly recommend, you know, if you wanna save a few dollars, I recommend going there. You're gonna be hard pressed to find a T-bone or a porterhouse for that price. The downfall is you won't be getting any choice or prime grade there. But if you cook them this way, you won't tell a difference, and you can see how well that's cooked. And just get a little taste. And that thing is money. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video out if you can. God bless you all. Till the next time. See you around.